What is going on, guys? My name is Spades, and in this video, I'm going to be going over why I believe XRP may be a massive scam. Now, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash for this video. The XRP army is massive, so I did my best to try to stay as neutral as possible. In the process of doing this, I split the video into two separate parts. The first part, I will cover all the facts of the XRP ledger and Ripple Labs. All of my sources will be listed below in the description, so feel free to comb through them and find out what you need to know. The second part of my video, I will give my opinion and my personal opinion only. If you're looking for the facts, start the video right here. If you're looking for my opinion, skip to the timestamp below. Before we start, I need to disclose that I am personally not invested into XRP. I also need to clarify that the XRP ledger and Ripple Labs are two separate entities. However, they do have some conflicts of interest. So let's start by talking about XRP. XRP was founded in 2012 and coins itself as a digital asset built for global payments. The founders are Chris Larsen and Jed McCaleb. Who are these individuals? Well, in this video, my main focus is geared towards the shady business dealings of Jed McCaleb. According to Forbes, Jed McCaleb has a net worth of around $3 billion. He is one of the richest blockchain billionaires in the world. Shortly after Jed McCaleb founded XRP, he went on to work for Ripple Labs as the chief technology officer, until ultimately leaving in 2013 to create the cryptocurrency Stellar. What has Jed McCaleb been doing with his XRP since leaving Ripple? Well, he's been selling it all, dumping all of his coins on retail investors. Which brings me to Ripple. Ripple was created in 2012 by the same individuals who created XRP, Chris Larsen and Jed McCaleb. Ripple was gifted almost 60% of the supply of XRP, which was unheard of for cryptocurrencies at the time. Having control of a majority portion of the supply of XRP means that the supply is centralized in an escrow account under Ripple's name. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, that's locked away and it can't be used, so it's not centralized. But that's only partially true. Ripple is allowed to sell up to 1 billion XRP every month until those funds are depleted. Which brings me to my next point. Since Ripple was gifted such a large quantity of XRP, they are allowed to influence the price of XRP over a longer period of time by dumping those coins onto the market to raise capital. Now you may be asking yourself, what exactly is Ripple doing with this capital by dumping their funds? Well, they call it the RippleNet Accelerator Program. Ripple wants XRP holders to believe that it's for these countless customers that they've built over the years. But these customers aren't really customers after all. These companies that Ripple claims are partnerships aren't actually reaching out to Ripple to form them. Ripple instead dumps the coins onto the market and then reaches out to the companies saying, hey, we have money now. We will pay you through the RippleNet Accelerator Program. So of course these companies take the money and they promise to use their service. What are these companies saying about Ripple though? Well, for instance, American Express tried out the Ripple pilot program and almost immediately got rid of it. Another company, Santander in Spain, which is still listed on Ripple's main website, tried it, but it lacked the speed for instantly settled funds. Santander even went so far as saying that you could wait up a maximum of 2 days for your funds to settle. But the kicker, main one right here, is the CEO of Western Union saying, we did not see the part of the efficiency yet during our tests of Ripple. It is still too expensive. So here are 3 different partnerships that Ripple claims to have who are getting paid to use the Ripple pilots and saying, yeah, this isn't working as intended. But yet Ripple still lists them on their website. Here's a great diagram that explains what is happening with Ripple and XRP. First, XRP tokens are issued. The second thing that happens is they gift these XRP tokens to the founders and Ripple Labs. From there, they can pump and dump them, or they can promote a fiction of independence by paying companies who aren't actually partnered with them. As followed right here, they pay these partners, they sign up, and they claim to try it out and use it. From here, they solicitate blue chip partners. They deliver the questionable technology, which the partners say it isn't really actually great, And then they continue to manipulate and obscure the true business model. So how does XRP work? Well, it's not proof of work and it's not proof of stake. Instead, XRP was 100% pre-mined, meaning that the founders created the XRP coins out of thin air. Why is this significant? Well, it's because cryptos are normally proof of work or proof of stake. You must have expensive equipment in order to run proof of work, and you must have a large sum of capital in order to run proof of stake and contribute to the network. However, with XRP, this isn't the case, which means that the individuals buying XRP today are actually donating to the creators of XRP since they hold the majority of the coins. Now for the big issue. Ripple is currently being sued by the SEC. The SEC claims that 2 executives of Ripple Labs traded $1.3 billion worth of XRP as a security without registering it first. Now, nobody knows what's going to happen with the court case, but if they lose, it could be disastrous for XRP and XRP community. Lastly, I want to leave you here with one last fact about Jed McCaleb. Jed also created the exchange Mt. Gox. If you're not familiar with what the exchange was, Mt. Gox was a large cryptocurrency exchange. In fact, one of the largest in the world at the time of 2014. But in 2014, the hack exposed 850,000 Bitcoin and had a total loss of around $400 million at the time. Now I know what you're thinking. Jed McCaleb had already sold the company and he wasn't in charge when it was hacked, which is 100% true. However, Jed McCaleb was hit with a massive lawsuit which states that McCaleb knew about these security issues and risks back in January 2011 and didn't do anything about them. He also didn't warn the potential buyers of Mt. Gox, which is stated in the lawsuit. And he didn't warn any of his customers using the exchange. That's just another example of what kind of shady character Jed McCaleb is. Finally, I'm going to transition to my personal opinion and my personal opinion only. It took me quite a while to find these sources and make this video. Based on everything I've covered, XRP is massively centralized under Ripple Labs. Ripple Labs continues to pay companies to try out their service with money from dumping the coins onto the market. These companies aren't thrilled with the end product that they're using and end up not really using them at all. By continuing to buy XRP, you're contributing to the scheme of manipulation and broken promises.